welcome back to this week's video. My name is Jasmine and I'm the founder of The Radiant CEO. And today I want to talk with you guys about how to know when it might not be the best idea or the best time for you to invest in something. Now, I know that we always hear, you need to invest in yourself, you need to show up for yourself to be successful in online business, but I don't always think that's exactly true. There are some situations, 6 that I'm going to share with you today, that let you know that you don't need to invest in a coach, a program, a course, anything like that if you don't feel ready or if you meet any of these 6 points, okay? Sometimes it might feel like you're the only one who is not in a mastermind or who doesn't have a one-on-one coach at the moment or anything like that that's going on, but we have to get one thing straight, okay? Because showing up for yourself or investing in yourself or your business does not always mean sending your credit card information to this coach that you met on Instagram, okay? You can invest in yourself in different ways and it doesn't always have to be related to money. So now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the 6 ways you can know if maybe it's not the right time to invest in something. Now, actually, before we get started, I want to include a quick little note on mindset here because there is a difference between not investing in a coach or program or, like I said, whatever it may be, for fear of the amount, the dollar amount of that investment, even though you can afford it, versus having a more objective reason for not investing in whatever this thing may be, okay? So don't let just fear in your mind keep you from doing something. We're going to talk about things that are a little bit different, like I said, a little bit more objective in a way to determine whether or not you should invest in whatever this thing is that you're thinking of. So the first situation you might find yourself in where it's probably not a good idea to invest in something is if you are nervous or you know that you won't be able to pay for a basic necessity because of this investment. And I'm just gonna put it out there and say that credit card payments do apply to being a basic necessity, okay? You need to pay your credit cards every month before you think about hiring a coach or whatnot. Now, a lot of times people will say that even if they didn't have all of the money for something at once, they, just put it on a credit card or something like that. And the idea of needing to make back that money before a payment is due or, some situation like that is what kind of kicks them into high gear to act on their program or really implement whatever their coach is saying. Yes, that does happen sometimes, but you know yourself, okay? I know myself. That would stress me out way too much. So what I always recommend is to save up for something in advance. You don't have to save up for the entire cost of a program per se, but if you know that you are going to do a payment plan, for example, at least save up enough money for the deposit and maybe the next 2 or 3 payments, depending on how long the plan is. That way you're giving yourself some buffer room and you're not going to get so stressed out about having to make those payments every month when you might not even be able to pay your phone bill because of it or some crazy situation like that. Again, if you know that or if you're nervous that you won't be able to pay for a basic necessity because of this investment, just wait. Save your money, save up to join this program, to work with this coach, because if it's something that is so important to you or if it's something that really matters to you that much, then saving up for it for even just 2 or 3 months in advance should not be that hard of a problem. So the second situation you might find yourself in to know that it's probably not the right time to invest is if you find yourself feeling guilty. You are thinking about investing in this coach or this program because of guilt. Let me just stop you right there and say, I have been there and I wish that someone had grabbed me by the shoulders and just shaken me until I realized that you do not have to buy from someone just because you feel guilty. So maybe you signed up for their free challenge, or maybe you watched a webinar that they did and now, this coach or whoever is DMing you, maybe they're contacting you personally to try to get you to sign up for their program. It does not matter how far along you are in someone's sales funnel, you should never feel pressured to say yes to buying something if otherwise you know that you most likely wouldn't, okay? Don't allow yourself to succumb to that influence or anything like that if you know that it is not in your best interest. I think a lot of times those of us who currently suffer or previously suffered from people pleasing, we tend to have a lot of experience with, just agreeing to something so that way we don't have to deal with the confrontation per se. But you have got to stand up for yourself. You don't owe anyone an explanation or anything like that. Don't allow someone to tell you that you have, an objection or a money block or anything like that simply because you're just not interested, okay? Don't equate feeling guilty with having an objection or anything like that. If you don't want to invest, you don't have to. Also, another thing I want to add to this is that you especially don't have to feel guilty, or you shouldn't feel guilty about not signing up for a program or whatnot if you just discovered someone's pricing on a sales call, okay? That is not fair to you, and it can really put you in an uncomfortable situation whenever you are the one that needs to hand over your payment information. So just stand up for yourself, and if you know it's not a good investment at this time, you don't make it, okay? The third way you know it's not a good time to invest is if you are not sure what your ultimate goal is. So, of course, a lot of coaches and, business people, they will still work with you, even if you don't know what your end goal is, but you can get a lot more value out of your time and your money spent with this person if you at least have an idea of what you are trying to accomplish, of what you want that transformation to be. And of course, you might end up finding this out or clarifying this on a discovery call with someone, or maybe it's their questionnaire before you actually start your program together. But again, just make sure that you do have that end goal in mind, whether it is creating your one-on-one program and a way to market it, so your marketing plan for that program, whether it is mapping out your next launch for the upcoming quarter, or whatever it is, you just really want to have a specific and clear objective goal for working with someone. And sure, it's okay if you want to pivot along the way because these things happen, but at least in the beginning, make sure that you have the end goal in mind. Number 4 is that you don't actually like this person. So if you are considering investing any amount of money in someone or their programs or anything like that, make sure that you actually enjoy their presence. Because if you are going to be meeting with this person every week or every 2 weeks or whatever the style of your program is, you want to make sure that it's something you actually look forward to, right? If you think that someone has amazing business achievements, but they have a really snotty personality, you're probably not going to be as receptive to their suggestions and tactics in your business. That's just the way that it tends to be. Way number 5 to know when you shouldn't invest in someone or something is if they don't have a proven framework or a proven methodology. So anytime that someone says that they create bespoke programs or their program is customized to you and your business, that's great, but their framework in that case should at least be able to tell you how they go about creating that customized one-on-one program experience for you. So maybe they start you off with filling out a questionnaire, maybe you do a mind mapping session, maybe you create Pinterest boards or whatever it may be. Every single coach needs to have their own process. Now, yes, some will be more in-depth and developed than others, but your dollars deserve more than just someone coaching you on a whim. Frameworks and methodologies are great because they provide objective benchmarks and guidelines for you to be able to make sure as the client that you are meeting the promised transformation whenever you signed up for this program. So it really just serves as a way for you to reassure yourself that you are following the transformation process as intended by your coach, and that you will end up getting that end goal that you desire. And the last thing you might want to consider whenever you are deciding whether or not to invest in something is if you haven't finished the last thing that you invested for. Now, I know myself, and I tend to be a serial course taker, and so in the past I've had situations where I was completing 5-6 courses all at one time, and it really created a lot of stress for me, but I also wasn't finishing any of them in a timely manner. So if you have this problem too, where you tend to be a serial investor, I want you to make a promise to yourself that you will only do one thing or one program at a time, or maybe it would work better for you to set a limit for yourself as far as the number of things that you can sign up for or purchase during a business quarter or during a 6-month period or whatnot. Or also what you can do is set a budget for yourself. So once you reach this budget, as far as the courses you've invested in or your coaching program or whatnot, that's it. You can't do more until the next quarter or the next half of the year or the next period, whatever it is you choose. So this not only helps your mental health, but it also helps out your wallet a little bit too. All right, so there you have it, guys. These were the 6 ways that I have for you to help decide whether it might not be the right time for you to invest in something. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it was really helpful. Let me know in the comments below which number was your favorite, or maybe which one you have struggled with the most in the past. I would love to help you out with all of this. Feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. I'm at The Radiant CEO. But that's all for now. Like I said, I hope that you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you here again next time. Bye.